Okay, so welcome back to another video. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that. And if you've been subscribed and you've been watching all the videos, well, thanks for coming back and being part of the YouTube family. I'm Henry Aaron Westbrook. This channel pretty much covers life, relationships, and business. And if at any time you get value throughout the video, hit the like button, okay? It definitely helps me out. It lets me know that you're watching the video. It lets me know that you like the video. And the question of the day here, the question for this video that I need you to answer below in the comments is, do you ever get lonely? Okay, because in this video, we're going to be talking about 5 undeniable ways to stop feeling extremely lonely, okay? I know that right now is a tough time for a lot of people, especially, right, because of the COVID-19 situation, the quarantine situation, and all the, it's just crazy, all the nonsense and everything being shut down, right? Everybody is just locked down in their homes and feeling lonelier than ever, right? Loneliness has reached epidemic highs, pandemic highs. Suicide rates are even skyrocketing right now, and this is something I really want to talk about. And I actually got a request to do a video about loneliness, so that's why we're going to be doing it right now. 5 undeniable ways to stop feeling extremely lonely. Now, here's the thing. Even if before this whole pandemic situation you were feeling lonely, this applies to you, okay? And if you just started feeling lonely recently, this applies to you, okay? If at any time you do feel lonely, these will apply to you. All right, now, keep in mind, there's nothing wrong with you, okay? There's nothing wrong with you, okay? Feeling lonely, it can happen to everybody, but just take these 5 tips that I'm going to give you right now, these 5 undeniable ways to stop feeling extremely lonely, and use them, okay? Because there's no real reason to feel alone, okay? Now, here's the thing. You got this. We got this, all right? So my first tip I got for you guys is to just realize that you got to learn how to cherish your alone time, all right? So when you're alone, learn to love it. Learn to love being by yourself, okay? There's a huge difference between feeling lonely and being alone, okay? Bottom line here is like, yeah, we're social creatures. We're not supposed to be alone, but it doesn't mean that, you're not supposed to have alone time, okay? You actually need to have the ability to have quality time by yourself, because that's when you start to do introspective learning. You'll see who you are. You'll start to restore and rest and just develop skills and new ideas, right? Instead of being so distracted by everyone else. You got to be able to find a balance between your social life and then just being able to hibernate a little bit, okay? So the thing about this is, a lot of people associate being alone is with, being depressed or failure or being unworthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're alone, there must be some problem, and then you just you have a negative connotation towards that, when realistically that's not the case, okay? Being alone is fine, okay? In fact, it's truly one of the strongest characteristics that a man and a woman should really have, okay? The ability to be alone, okay? Because that's when you stop feelings of neediness, and you don't have codependency, and there's a whole lot of psychological issues, okay? So when you're alone, learn to practice self-nurturing, self-love, and things like that. Like, spending quality time with other people is great, but like I said, spending time with yourself is really key, because, like I said, that's when you're able to do some reflecting. And if you can't spend time with yourself and love yourself, then who can and who will, right? So keep that in mind. Now, the second way to stop feeling extremely lonely is to pretty much increase your involvement in social groups. So this means, internet groups, digital groups. You can go out and actually meet people in groups. I mean, there's hundreds of ways you can step into new social circles and get involved in different social circles and communities. It's just, you got to do it, okay? You got to just do it, especially in today's day and age with social media. I mean, you can just find, with a type of a hashtag or a place or an account, I mean, you can find a group of people in pretty much any industry, any niche, anything that you like, whatever it is that your passion is, okay? The key here is that you're going to be able to connect with like-minded people, and they're going to pretty much give you value, and you're going to have a new appreciation and sense of purpose in the world, okay? So when you're starting to connect with these people, and also, mind you, quantity does not equal quality, okay? So you only need a few people, to be honest with you, and then when you have these people, it's life-changing. You won't feel alone, because it's kind of crazy. You can feel alone even when you're with people, right? Because the wrong company can ultimately have you feel alone, detached, and just not have any solidarity there, right? So you got to seek out the right company, right? And that means people who associate with things that you like, do the activities that you like, and things like that. So just keep in mind, there's plenty you can do. It's all out there for you, and you got to just join the community. And don't feel bad if you fail, or you got to put yourself out there multiple times. And it's most importantly just about getting yourself to start creating those opportunities for yourself to meet new people and to link up and to get new connections. Okay, guys? And that ties into my third tip for beating and dealing with and stopping the feelings of extreme loneliness. Okay, and that's getting out of your comfort zone. Okay, so just because you've accustomed, you got a routine probably, and just because you do the same thing all the time, there's a good chance that you're not doing anything different, right? You've accustomed to a certain lifestyle, like a certain feeling, and it's just the same mundane, monotonous situation. So you got to step out of your comfort zone, right? Because when you're doing things that really don't push you and essentially get you out of your comfort zone, if you're just settling and getting by the day to day, and just going through the motions, well, that's going to start to get boring. It's going to start to feel lonely, right? Because you're not developing anything that's going to give you any sense of connection with people. Okay, you want to be able to break these patterns that leave you feeling isolated. Like if you're feeling isolated because you just keep on doing the same thing, well then get out of that routine, right? You see what I'm saying here? So that's the way you got to look at this one. Now, the fourth tip I've got for you guys is to pretty much just stop comparing yourself to other people. So it's really easy to do that with social media these days. A lot of people are just looking at what other people appear to be, or lives that they appear to be living, and it's always, wow, look at that versus what am I doing, right? People are always comparing people, especially to themselves, and that is one of the easiest ways to put yourself down, because you'll start to feel insecure, you start to feel unworthy. If you don't have as many followers or likes as views, you're going to start to feel like you don't matter and stuff like that. And that right there all ties and correlates to essentially, feelings of disconnection, isolation, loneliness, and stuff like that. If you ever do catch yourself comparing people to you, you got to just stop that shit, okay? Only compare yourself to you, and just, even if, just get off the internet, even if you have to, okay? And reprogram your mind and see, why is it that you think that way, and start to get, again, that self-love back and recognize your own value and your own worth. And people are going to like you genuinely for who you genuinely are, okay? So don't go out of your way to try to impress people and do things and compare yourself to people, okay? Just be yourself, don't compare yourself, and love yourself, all right? That's going to be key right there. Here's the fifth tip I got for you guys. Just reclaim your sense of purpose. Okay, so if you have a purpose, if you know what you're doing, if you know why you're waking up every day, if you know what's driving you, if you know what's pushing you forward, those right there, that gives you a sense of confidence. It gives you a sense of plan and purpose, right? Like you got to have a purpose. Like that's the whole key here. Having a purpose puts you on a mission. It puts you on a path. Okay, no one else is going to tell you what you have to do. But when you're on a passion, there's purpose, and you know what you're trying to do, it helps fill up those times of idleness and those times that you might feel lonely because you've got things to do, you've got things to accomplish. You don't have time to feel alone, right? It literally takes up the time that you're spending feeling alone when, with productive things, right? All pertaining to your plan and your purpose. So if you have a purpose, you're just gonna be too fucking busy to be alone and feel lonely. And so there's gonna be times when you actually need to be alone and you're gonna value being alone. Right, so that's the key here. The key is to switch from feeling lonely to actually valuing yourself when you're alone. Okay, guys? The fact remains, like there's going to be times in life when you're going to feel isolated. You're going to feel alone, okay? I mean, we're all just so different, okay? Not everybody's going to like you. It's just how the world works. Everyone's unique in their own way. Everyone's got their own story. They're on their own life journey. So accept the fact that not every group, not every social circle, not every person, not every interaction is going to leave you feeling fully connected and fully fulfilled. And that's why it's so important to just be responsible for your own happiness, okay? You cannot depend on other people to cure your happiness, just like you cannot depend on other people to cure your loneliness, okay? Hope that video helps you right there. If it did, hit the like button and smash the subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you hit the post notification bell so you can get notified when we release new videos, and check out my Instagram down below. Also, get yourself a free stock on Robinhood. It's literally super simple. Just download the app, you'll get a free stock. That's one way I can help you out right there, give you some money, put some money in your pocket, and shoot me a direct message or comment below what you thought about the video and give me some feedback. Let me know what you want me to talk about in future videos. And until the next video, stay happy, stay healthy, stay wealthy, stay blessed, and focus on success. When you see me post a video, tap in.